Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about something that's really personal to me, which is my journey to overcoming anxiety. This video is pretty simple. I just want to share some things that help me, and hopefully you will find something if you're struggling with excessive anxiety that will help you too. Okay, first let's start with what is anxiety. Just in case there's anybody out there who is not sure of what anxiety is and maybe having some of these symptoms but not sure of how to put a label on it. So anxiety is a natural human response to stress. It can look like fear, dread, unease, and it can manifest emotionally as well as physically. Emotionally, it can make you feel tense, jumpy, on edge, maybe even irritable and helpless. Physically, it can feel like rapid heart rate, sweating, shortness of breath, stomach issues. And honestly, when it's excessive and persistent, it can be like debilitating. So for me personally, my experience with excessive anxiety felt like constant overwhelm, like always overwhelmed with the situations that were coming at me in my life. Like everything was just too much, and like emotional rumbling of energy, physically emotional rumbling of like emotional energy that I didn't, I just didn't know what to do with. So it was pretty pretty hard to deal with at times. But I figured out a way to get through it. It's hard to explain, but a really good example of how anxiety feels and works is the Inside Out 2 movie. I don't know if you guys have watched it. It's a kid movie, but if you haven't watched it, go watch it. It was very good. But the anxiety character in Inside Out 2, it was like amazing to watch because I felt so, I could relate so much because it feels exactly like that, just like and constant worry, and just it was great. So that's a good example. I don't know if I'm explaining it all that well. All right, so let's get into the 6 habits that changed everything for me, and we'll start with the ones that are a little more practical. Number 1, meditation. Meditation was very, very helpful to me, very foreign to me as well. So I'm glad I decided to try it. It helped me learn to control my thoughts. It helped me understand that is actually possible, that all of this running in my mind, I actually have full control of. It gave me space to slow down and understand exactly what was happening in my mind, and really get clear on a lot of things. So I love meditation. There are a lot of guided meditations on YouTube that are short. I would suggest starting like with 1 to 2, 5, 10 minute, work your way through it. Meditations that will, help guide you if you've never really, done it before and doesn't feel natural. So guided meditations on YouTube are great. Just search. Also, you can do meditative activities. So that's just giving intense focus to something. I really like coloring. So I have coloring books that that I kind of go to when I want to be creative and have an outlet and focus on something and calm my mind, calm my spirit. So that's a good thing to try. Coloring, you can do coloring, mindful walking, which is, just kind of, again, trying to be quiet and still and just focus on the present moment while you're walking and enjoying the walk. Simply enjoying the walk. Try to focus on that. Of course, yoga, if you haven't tried it. I really love yoga. It's the whole like mind, body, spirit connection. Something I do often as well. And also just sitting in gratitude. That's back to the sitting still, but when you are taking a moment just try to focus on what is good about your life, what's going right, versus giving so much attention to, what's bothering you, or what you have to take care of, or what's the challenges in your life. So gratitude can get you a long ways. It has really, really helped me. Okay, so now on to habit number 2, which is breathwork. We call it breathwork, so it's just paying attention to your breathing. But yeah, it seems so simple, but it really, really helps. Like, especially when I'm in the moment of like being in an anxious state, if I can possibly take a minute and kind of get myself out of that moment, most of the time it comes through me doing breath work. Okay, so there's also a well-known method called the 4-7-8 method, and how that works is you breathe in for 4 counts, you hold your breath for 7 counts, and then you breathe out for 8 counts. So it's like counting the breath, and it really, what it does is it kind of shuts off your mind and makes you focus on the breath, which kind of helps you snap out of that state and kind of calm yourself down, or calm down. So it's helpful to me. Hopefully, if you haven't tried it, you can try it and see if it helps you. Okay, so on to habit number 3, and that's therapy. Yes, therapy. So especially in our community, it's a very taboo concept. Hopefully a lot of you have tried it. All I can tell you is about me. I say it's a taboo concept because I'm always like trying to get people to go to therapy, and it's like, all of that. So therapy has literally changed my life, for real. It has changed my life. And it's not that a therapist or a counselor is a miracle worker. It's not any of that. It's that I showed up wanting a difference in my life. That's the number one thing. And then also having a professional who has studied and know the human mind and behavior patterns to help guide me through working through a lot of things that were causing the anxiety. And especially when it's like excessive and persistent and it's really showing up a lot in your life, it is like essential to get down to the root of things, or as my granddaddy would say, the root. You have to get down to the root of it to make any significant change. So it's scary to get down to those belief systems that are fueling all of the emotional conditions that we have going on inside of us, and face all of that. But it's so beneficial. It brings freedom, true freedom, and I think it's so worth it. So if you haven't tried therapy, please give it a try. Okay, so if you've ever been to therapy, drop a comment down below. I want to hear how your experience was, share with the community, so we can learn and grow together. And if therapy isn't your thing, that's okay. You can do self-reflection, journaling, read books that help you grow in the areas that you feel are challenging to you. The key is, in my view, is to take time to focus on your personal growth. Also, kind of take time to recognize and figure out those harmful patterns, those cycles that are kind of keeping you in the condition that you are in, and finding a way to break them and move forward towards true freedom in your life, however that looks for you. Which leads me to habit number 4, understanding and recognizing my trigger. Like that saying says, know thyself. Truly, awareness is the first step to change. I would suggest start paying attention to when, where, how you start feeling anxious, what triggers those episodes. That's a good place to start. Like I said, you want to go deeper eventually, but a good place to start is to understand like when those things are actually happening for you, like on a more basic level. Once you have that insight, then you can, start to figure out ways to help your life move a little smoother throughout those episodes, or on a regular basis, or on a day-to-day basis, moment by moment sometimes. Okay, habit number 5, setting myself up for success, or setting yourself up for success. Once I started to understand my triggers, I realized I could actually prepare myself for them. For me, organization was big. It's never been my strength. I'm kind of free-flowing, and I don't like too much structure, but I do like structure. I don't know. I have a strange relationship with organization, but I realized that organization really, really helped me with anxiety. I got a lot of anxiety through not being organized enough. So I started planning ahead, starting early, making lists. For me, writing things down, like getting ideas and not just ideas, actual like to do out of my head onto paper, out of my head onto paper, really helped. It's so simple, but yeah, just writing it down, taking it off of the wheel, I guess it was, there's like this tape that's constantly playing in my mind of all the things. Writing it down really helps. So simple things like that. So create routines and systems to support you. When you know what you need and you can prepare for it, anxiety doesn't have as much room to take hold, and you can flow through your everyday life and all of the wonderful things that are happening in your life much easier. So set yourself up for success. And last but definitely not least, give yourself love and grace. Give yourself love and grace. This is a journey. It's a journey. I know I'm, making this video about the things that have worked and helped me conquer anxiety, but it's a day-to-day thing. It's not like I don't still have episodes where I just want to curl up in the bed and like forget everything and run and hide and retreat. I definitely still have those moments, but giving yourself love and grace, because you're doing the best you can. So this reminds me of one of my therapy sessions where I was, kind of venting, where I was kind of venting to my therapist, and I was going on and on about this but that, and I should have this, and just like on and on, round and round, kind of like spiraling. And she kind of stopped me, and she was like, what if somebody else was telling you this? What would you say to them? If somebody else was saying all the things that you're saying right now, what would you say to them? And I was like, well, I would tell them that it's okay. You're doing fine. Just take one thing at a time. All this encouragement. And she was like, yeah. So just like you would, give love and grace and encourage someone else, you have to learn to talk to yourself and give that to yourself as well. And that kind of that blew my mind, because I didn't realize or never really paid attention to how I talked to myself, or even thought that was a thing. So I started paying attention. After that, I started paying attention to how I talk to myself and actually being there for myself as I'm there for others. That was kind of like a revelation for me. So I encourage you to do the same. It really helps when you're having hard times or you're feeling like you're in a rough moment. If you possibly can snap out of it enough to actually give yourself love and grace in those moments and on a regular basis. Because if you don't take care of you, you can't take care of anyone else. These are my experiences and the things that have helped me. But if you are dealing with excessive anxiety please put a comment down below and share what you have found, that works for you, so we can all learn and grow together. I would love to hear some things, and maybe I can try some other techniques. Yeah, so share down below. Okay, that's any habits, tips, tools, whatever. We can always learn from each other. We can always learn from each other. And as always, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I really, really, really want to build this community. So share it with someone that may be dealing with, any type of mental health issues, or, someone you may feel can be inspired by this video in any way. So make sure you take care of yourselves. Thank you for watching. See you next time.